All right, welcome to Friday webinar. It's been a couple weeks, PMAC. We haven't done one of these. It was the holidays. We took some time off. Um, but excited
All
to
right,
be
welcome
back
to
and
Friday.
webinar. It's been a couple weeks,
Is
PMAC.
it?
We haven't
Echoing in my.
haven't done one of these. It
Why
was
is
the
it echoing?
holidays. We took some time off.
Oh, is your YouTube
But
open?
excited
All
to
right,
be
welcome
back
to. That's
and
why.
webinar. There we go.
There we go.
Good. So we are live. Um, little sneak peek. We're out live on YouTube of kind of a Friday things we do in our coaches community, our coaches box community. We do a Friday webinars. I don't know, maybe like every other week is kind of our cadence.
Probably.
Probably will get weekly as we get now we're getting into the lacrosse season. Um like I said, we took a couple weeks off for the holidays and we're back. I posted in the community kind of like, hey, like what's gonna add value to you all and someone mentioned a film, like almost like a film breakdown or a film review session. And I thought that was a cool idea. So Coach Beach, shout out to you. Um and so today I thought I just pulled up a game from my Farmington season last year, and I was just gonna roll the tape and kind of go through it. I'll obviously comment on the offensive side of the ball. If you want to comment on the defensive side of the ball, feel free, PMAC. Um, this was a game, kind of early season last year. Uh, um, so it was a good mixture as I kind of looked through it quickly. There was a good mix of things that went well and things that didn't go well, and how we sort of kind of worked through that. And yeah, and when like I said, we're live on YouTube right now. We're going to do a little bit of time on YouTube, kind of as free content, and then we're gonna shut that live stream off, and and then the rest will be in our coaches community. So if you're interested in getting the rest of the content or you want to join our coaches community, the link is in our YouTube channel, got our homepage. But if you don't see that, it's stan.store/36lacrosse, stan.store/36lacrosse. And you can get access to our coaches community, which has videos such as this one, webinars. We break down lacrosse content. We have a huge drill bank. We're going to be doing some in-season office hours as well as different types of schemes and coordinator U course that we have. There's a lot of different stuff. I think right before the new year, I threw in a espresso shooting series of 6 drills that all had a double shot of for the shots. So amping up those shooting drills as we get into the season. But thought thought we'd just kind of roll the tape here. PMAC, anything to add before we get going?
No, I don't think we've done a film review yet. I think it's something, we have like talked about doing. Um, we recently wrapped up coordinator U, and I think we kept film kind of out of that. Um, but maybe it's something we lean it more into. Maybe we do a film breakdown series. I don't know. I don't know. I'm excited to kind of dive into some film here, though.
All right, so here we are, Farmington versus Northfield. Um, as you can tell, maybe you can't tell on the screen, it was a rainy day. This was, I think, both teams' third game of the year, so we're still in kind of mid to late April. Um, and we'll just kind of roll the tape here. Farmington, my team is in white. Northfield is in black. But we can certainly comment on both teams. This isn't just a Farmington session, but this is what I had access to, so we're just rolling with this tape. So got that first possession. I always love that. I think we weren't really pushing transition too heavily early on. We felt like we could, win matchups and run our stuff slow on offense. I know there's probably some coaches that might disagree with that mentality, but we wanted to get a good quality possession. Number 10 here is our face-off guy, but he's good enough to stay out there on offense. Um, Pretty good ball movement here. I don't hate this shot. Good save by the goalie. Maybe could have bounced that or put it somewhere off hip, but overall, I think just kind of go back. We had some nice, just kind of weave action here up top.
Pause it. Your top left guy.
Yep.
Was this like kind of a bang the ball opportunity to kind of maybe reattack over the top? What was your, as you kind of scheme this up, what's your thought process, with that
Yeah.
guy? Because,
Yeah.
in general, maybe this is and maybe you're trying to bait a free double here. What playing,
Yeah.
devil's advocate.
So this part here on ball, I would have liked to see a little tighter two-man game to start. It didn't necessarily have to be a pick. It just they were a little far out, so it was kind of almost like a double clear out here, which again isn't wrong or bad. They have the freedom to do that. Um, I he is a little high here. I maybe would have liked him to be a little lower.
Okay.
But as you can see, even right here, we have an advantage. I would have probably moved the ball. I would have liked to see the ball get moved here earlier, to try to maybe get some movement on these deep holes. But this guy is waiting here to slide over. So like, is it really an advantage? I don't know. Um, but we did earn the double team. I mean, as you freeze it here, he looks open, but this guy was just waiting for him. And like you had mentioned, this guy maybe was
Yep.
had the opportunity to go over the top. Um, that was in our progression. We wanted our players to read that situation. I would say yes, maybe this guy catching it right away and weaving back over the top would have probably been a better option. By going low here, then we had to bang it back up, and then that allowed them to recover a little bit better. Good move though, and no slide. So, but we're about 14 on the run, a little off balance. He is a lefty, so that's okay. So I don't hate the shot, but we probably could have found better. That's probably a 5 or a 6 on the shot scale. We want to maybe get 7s and 8s and 9s. So, kind of easy save for the goalie based on where that was. Riding was a little out of control here.
But so is their clear. So I'm
Yeah,
going to give you a little bit of slack on that because
yep.
their
Uh,
clear looks a little out of control too.
Yep. So, I think generally last year we kind of wanted to default to more of a deeper ride, kind of a zone ride, and we had our attackmen just chasing guys around the field there. So I think we kind of got away with one. Two or three easy passes there, they probably would have cleared that. But right there. So that's kind of again the mentality, right? Of like, was this a bad take? I mean, we're kind of in this early offense. We have, our 6 guys. They have, looks like, oh, they got 6. So we're in settled offense. Got a short stick behind. Um, I mean, he has a step on him. Just not a great shot there, right? Like, could have maybe taken one more step, maybe put it low around the goalie. But the only thing I
They
don't,
throw it back. You
yeah,
can keep talking, but
yep, um, I, again, it's not like a bad shot, but it was a little like a little I don't want to say out of control, but I don't think it was kind of like an invert look maybe, but we just didn't seem like anybody else was really ready for what was going to happen there, and maybe that's on me as a coach. But again, he has the step, the slide is pretty late. If I freeze it here, this player probably needs to do a better job of backing up here. And they beat us on the run out. So,
yeah,
like,
roll it back one more time. I'll talk about defense quickly as it goes to X. Um, as it gets to this point, you're talking about the situation. Offensively, offense has a short stick behind, invert look. I like what your crease guy is doing, dragging that. What oftentimes might be the defense is one slide, coming from the crease. If that is what the defense is doing,
This
here I
guy,
have no clue because, as you say, no one kind of went. So assuming they were in a crease look, or that's maybe what their defensive coordinator wanted to do. I don't know. I don't know what type of defense they run. I like what your crease guy is doing, dragging him up. And then so talking about their defense, they've got really. It looks like they're coming from the crease. They come from the back pipe. Either one could be the right answer. As you were saying, both are late. And then you look kind of up top. You kind of got a two on that high crease. And I'd like to see maybe that backside top left midi, D midi, do something. Is he coming down? If we're sliding back from the backside pipe, maybe he needs to come down. Maybe he needs to also help in on that high crease guy if we're gonna come from crease. I would have liked to see a little more organization, and having the defense be a little like, deliberate and ready to go, because it seemed like they were like, oh shit, we got to come from somewhere,
yeah.
and it ended up being from back pipe late.
Yeah, and this guy right here is wide open. So as soon as the tape rolls, they, like you said, they kind of had to figure out where they go to. So this guy slides, even though it's late, and he turns the corner. So again, was the shot wrong offensively? The slide was late. Your hands are free. You're turning the corner, shoot that. But maybe again, you were like, this is what PMAC was saying, like these guys got to be probably crashed down a little bit more. Because is this guy right here really an issue for you defensively at this point? Probably not. I maybe you could correct me on that. But you don't have to worry about him. So everybody crashing down. I'll roll the tape here just to talk through this. So like that number one actually does a pretty good job of reading that. And just we missed the shot. They beat the run out and you know missed opportunity by our team. Uh, you know what? Maybe since this was early, this was maybe a lock ride situation. Just like everybody take a guy and then just play from
Did you
there.
go offside there, or what was that flag,
Yeah, well,
or was it a slash?
yeah, I don't know I don't remember what they called because I don't think we're offside. Oh yeah, we must be. Yeah, they must have called offsides. Even though I think we maybe were good if you would have counted forward. But it looked like an offsides. It looked like the recipe, the ingredients of making an offside
Right,
situation.
right, right.
So I think they threw it, but I think we actually had someone off. So there's still not, there wasn't seven forward, but whatever.
And
Because
maybe it was a different call too. I don't know.
yeah, it could have been a slash or a hold or something like that. I'm gonna push forward here till we get to this man down situation. All right, so Northfield here in black, they're on man up. We're on man down. Looks pretty standard, kind of a three. They're like in a 1-3-2. It looks like, kind of sneaking that back pipe or that X attackman up. Try to hit a cutter. Good check down by our guys there. Maybe a little bit of a force offensively, but when you're man down, take advantage of maybe a force by the offense, get a check down, keep it dirty, and get the turnover. Um, I don't know if there's anything you want to add to that.
Uh, no.
Yeah, good job by number two there, hunting the ball. We're man down clearing, so we don't have that easy advantage. And good job by him there in the clear. I'm actually gonna go back to
Yeah,
that.
it's good patience.
Um, oops, I'll go a little bit farther. So goalie has it right as of right now. The goalie has it. We're man down. Good job of him cutting down to the ball. Like we talk about this in the clear a lot. Like if you can get the ball to your short sticks quick, like that's always a good that's always a good option. And then kind of realizing I'm freeze it here that, we're going to be man down, someone subbed off. So good job sort of being aware of, oh, where's the advantage or where's the open guy coming out of the sub box. They probably should have had this locked
They
off.
definitely should have had that locked off.
But good job by, again, you know, our team recognizing, oh, they made a quick subbing error there. We got it to our, one of our faster guys to get the clear. Um,
It ended up working out. Northfield probably should have had a guy locking that out of the box. I would maybe recommend to that midi, great cut down to the goalie, as you said, maybe roll back, kind of more opposite box side
sure.
for the clear. It's a little thing that maybe not would have ended up working, right? Because if he got doubled, so
Yeah.
or something like,
Yeah. So it looks like it must have been a 30-second because it looks like we're back to sixes here. Um, I do not like this. I don't know what was going on there. That was I don't know what you call that. Just kind of a panic mode situation. I think he's dodging, kind of felt good. Then the slide came, and then I was like, I'm going to try to do too much there. And
yeah.
easy turnover and good job by Northfield, just collapsing and good outlet by the goalie there to get it out quick. Now we have Omidi stuck on defense. Um, Luckily they didn't connect on that pass because they got into transition quickly there.
Yeah, they were a pass away from having a good slow break opportunity.
Yep. So far, just a sloppy game. Early season, you can tell both teams probably don't have all their stuff dialed in, X's and O's wise. Like I said, it was a rainy day. Sticks are a little, sloppy. This will be the last one here, and I'm going to cut off the live stream. Um, Overall, there, like I'd call that a 7. This is our senior best midfielder.
Okay.
Biggest, strongest midi, has a little bit more freedom in our offense to, like, if he feels like he can take a shot and hit it, we kind of let him do that. Um, and they have a short stick on him. So one of the principles of our offense was like, if we love the matchup, we're gonna take the matchup. We're not gonna overthink having to run offense a certain way. If my best midi is on a short stick, like I'm gonna try to exploit that and then make that short stick prove that they can win that matchup. Um, and I don't know if this was an error, if this was what they wanted to do. Again, I don't know what defense they were running, but he recognized that he's just telling everybody to get out. He starts a little low here. I would have liked to see that happen between the 15 and the 20-yard line, just to give him the opportunity to go skinny or topside. Right now, he kind of buried himself. Um, but I think he just wanted to kind of bull dodge here. Good clear out by this midi adjacent to just get out of the way. That's where they end up sending the slide from, which I don't know if that was by design or just kind of a panic, but um, that's one of those shots where it's like, okay, that's a 5 on the shot scale, 15 yards. You got some guys on your hands. It's contested, um, but it probably bumps up to a 6 because it was Henry, and I know that he can get enough on it, and it was a great bounce shot. So at least if you're gonna shoot from there, make the goalie move, and we hit the shot. So
Yeah,
probably
run it back. I'll talk a little bit about the defense quickly before we cut the live stream. I thought this was interesting. Pause it right here because it looks like if you look just adjacent to the right, it looks like they've kind of brought that double with a pull
yeah,
early, right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
and if they
Oh,
wanted to change the matchup, just go right now and just either just get a double, force the ball out of his stick, or just redirect that short stick to somewhere else. You're leaving the if you look in the backside 15, that guy is naked right now.
Yeah.
He's wide open. Obviously, you're not going to just sling that pass necessarily. I guess
Oh, don't be so sure.
if that guy cut through the middle, he'd probably
No,
be wide open. But you've got right. I wasn't coaching this game. I don't necessarily know the scout or the game plan for either side of this, but assuming it appears that they might want to change this matchup based on what that defenseman's doing, what Ted's saying, on the offensive side of the ball. So if you want to just change this matchup and there's a pull that looks like he wants to just come and take that matchup, just change the matchup. Just pull, come, take the matchup, and either double or just send that short stick to somebody else. So I think that's opportunity slash situation number one on the defensive side of the ball right now. You can play it. And again, it's kind of a free slide opportunity. It looks like he wants to go, and then Ted, as you brought up, they slide from that kind of get through. I think you have two opportunities. Again, you could have just sent that slide from that number one. It looks like that pull that was there, looking like he wanted to slide the whole time. Um, or I wouldn't have hated an adjacent slide, right? Nearby guy here. He's basically right there, right?
Yeah.
You've got that pull. He's basically right there. So just kind of go make a play, go blow it up. And then you could run kind of an adjacent slide package, rotate on the backside. And instead of, just kind of letting one dodge, one shot, forcing a one pass, a two pass, hopefully, and try to make the offense do a little bit more. Couple things I'm seeing on the defensive side of the ball through that play.
Yeah, and this defenseman right here, do you see my cursor when I move it around?
I see yours, yes.
Okay, good. So I think everybody else will see that on the live stream or whatever on the video.
Yep.
He kind of goes 50
Yep.
and then kind of stops and snaps back, and I would say this offensive guy here is not in a great position. I think this guy should have maybe faded down. He should have maybe faded down. Like, be in a spot where you can score if you're going to get that one more pass. But he kind of got worried about that. And he snapped back, or maybe saw that the slide was coming. So, again, I would say,
15 yards isn't usually a bad shot to give up.
defensively, yeah, they didn't allow a 9, an 8, a 7. They gave up
Yeah.
a lower quality shot. It just happened to be our top guy. And maybe that you have to live with that as a defense. So I think we were nitpicking here, but
Yep.
overall, I think they gave up a shot that they wanted. And this goalie, I would say nine times out of 10, maybe 99 times out of 100, he saves that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he had like 24 saves in this game, so
Yeah.
he made up for it.
Yeah.
And so, like, again, we took the shot. It's early in the game, and maybe it's one of those where, hey, we'll take it because like we got lucky. But yeah, no, I think good analysis. We'll keep it rolling. We're gonna shut off the live stream here, just to keep sensitivity to those that are paying in our coaches community. Um, but if you're interested in this type of content, we're gonna do more, and you can sign up at the link. It's in our bio on our YouTube channel, but stand.store/36lacrosse. And we have a bunch of other videos and content in there as well. So for those that are watching on YouTube or seeing this, thanks for joining. And we'll keep it rolling and post this whole